Welcome to The Big Talk, where I take someone with a big talk on their calendar and make sure that they nail it. I'm Jess Ekstrom, speaker and founder of Mic Drop Workshop, on a mission to help more women get paid keynote spots. Today, my client is Ashley Johns, life and business coach, and she has a goal of getting on more women's conference stages in 2026. So let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Ashley Johns. I am so excited to be here with Jess. I'm looking forward to preparing for my talks in a way that I've never done before for the 2026 Women's Speaking Circuit. So tune in.
So Ashley, tell me more about what you want to speak on and why women's conferences.
We've spent how many years at home with our children, with our online businesses, and we are craving in-person connection.
IRL, please.
Right?
Yes.
And the vibration of voice and space like never before.
Mhm.
And there's something that happens, like it doesn't need to be scripted, even though obviously our talks are, but like nothing needs to be scripted, nothing needs to be controlled. And then magic starts to happen when women gather in rooms. So that's the reason why I'm prioritizing conferences this year.
And you are a coach, a
Yeah.
very successful coach.
Yeah.
You do something that I feel like opposite of my business model. You're like really good in the one-to-one, but maybe you want to move more to the one-to-many with speaking.
Actually, I've done a range. I've done one-to-many when it comes to group programs, my retreats, courses. There's been plenty of online one-to-many. However, one-to-many in person, like at this level,
Yes.
I'm seeing hundreds of women, thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of women in the audience truly connecting and having a transformation happen inside that I've just never gotten there yet. And I can feel that it's time.
Me too.
Yeah.
So let's imagine that you are on that stage.
Yeah.
Women's conference. I mean, just like hundreds of people in the room. After you speak, what do you want them thinking and feeling and doing differently?
I want women, when they hear this talk and when we look at each other in the eyes after, I want women to remember the full range of who we really are. All of us, and it doesn't matter what generation you're in, your age, how you were raised, what your background is, socioeconomic, none of that stuff matters at the end of the day. All of us have been raised in a time where we've been told to be stronger, to be powerful, to speak up, to be like just more rigid. And we needed that. I'm not mad at that at all. It's created this lifestyle and this business and this career that I've had. But I also know that so many of us have lost that softness and safety in the softness and play, right? And where we lose track of time and we create not from effort, but from being. And that's what I want women to feel and to reconnect with and to get excited about so that we can have, again, the full range of our power as women.
So, one, that's amazing. Two, where can I help? Where are there places that you might be feeling stuck in your speaking journey? What are some things I can help with today?
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm really, really passionate about as a coach, as a life and business coach, is truly embodying the work and being in integrity. And that means that I am living the work that I am guiding clients through. So I am a reformed boss babe.
Yeah.
I love my multi-six-figure business, but I also did not love the burnout that happened on the other end. And when you're an entrepreneur, no one really talks about how your passion is your business. So they're like, oh, do something else that makes you passionate. It's like, this is my passion. So if you get burnt out from your passion, what do you do? As it relates to that, I realize that when I come and deliver this talk, it's delivering a talk in the work that I have now stepped into. It's not the talks that I was doing in 2020 and 2021 or 2022. So because of that, I get a little wobbly. I don't feel that I'm holding the resonance the way that I know that I can. And because I'm talking about the full range of a woman's power, that means we're going to play with the masculine and feminine energies.
Yeah.
So I want you to help me craft like the vibe of this talk.
Great.
I want to come in and captivate women and then drop them in their hearts and bring us back on the other side. Like, yes,
Yeah.
she's right. This is me, you know? And I need to get that. I need a little help smoothing that out.
For
pulling it
sure.
together.
Anytime there's like new content, new stories, there's so much wobbliness, even with me. And I think the tough part about public speaking is usually the time that you get to practice is not like backstage. It's on stage where the stakes are high. So I'm glad that we'll get to do that today.
Yeah.
One more question for you. I'm waving a magic wand a year from now. Yeah. A year from now, what do you want to see speaking wise?
Oh my goodness. A year from now, I'm already pre-booked for like 2027.
Yes.
Yeah. 2027.
Yeah.
Okay. And looking into 2028, like this has been my dream since I was a little girl. I've always known I was supposed to be speaking on stages and writing books and holding safe spaces for hundreds of thousands of women. So I'm just grateful that we cross paths and I get to do this with you.
Let's get into it.
So one of the things that you were saying on the couch is you think about feminism in a way that other people don't. And that's one of the things I look for as a speaker coach is like, how do you take a familiar topic like feminism and make it new? So how do you think that women should think about feminism based on your talk?
Yeah, the language that I always use is the full range of our womanhood. And I know
Yep.
everyone says feminism was about that, of giving women all the choices, whatever choice that you want.
Mm-hmm.
But in that process, it just seems, I could be wrong. I'm giving my
Yeah.
my presidential arms.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But no, it just seems like we're missing the part that we had before we got empowered, and I want the whole of it.
Yes.
So that's how I think of it. I think of it as like women are multidimensional. We are not compartmentalized at all. That's why we're great at multitasking. That's why we can be so great at nurturing and caring, but getting to action. We know what it's like to like be this gorgeous, cute, flirty girl and then also step into our momness. And we just need to like, remember that we have the full range of that.
Of those choices.
That's literally what I keep saying.
So one thing that people really love is an old way of thinking, and Ashley's introducing a new way of thinking.
Yeah.
So how would you define the old way of thinking about feminism?
Oh yeah, I would think of it as burn our bras.
Burn the bras.
Burn the bras. We don't need men. Always
like anti-men.
Yeah, anti-men, even though we would never say that.
Right.
There's an undercurrent of thinking that men, especially those of us who grew up in the 90s, like Homer Simpson, like Family Matters, all of the fathers were like bubbling, right? Like big belly losers, right? You couldn't trust them to change a baby's diaper and all these things. And so it's like burn our bras, anti-men, very independent. We're told not to cry, so we've suppressed our emotions. There's lack of you go and cry. We've all talked about this in corporate, like cry in the bathroom, never in front of them. So it's this idea of being really strong and hardened and in our structured suits. That's how we've been thinking about, at least on the bigger plane of like feminism. Yeah.
Okay. That also rings true to me, where old way of thinking is anti-men, like burn the bras, suppressed emotions, cry in the closet, like climb the corporate ladder, break the glass ceiling. And what Ashley is introducing in your keynote is we can be soft. We can like get into our nurturing and our womanhood and be powerful.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. It's safe to be soft. It's powerful to be soft also.
Okay.
There's more ways to be powerful than just adapting masculine ways of expression.
Okay, say that again.
There's other ways to be powerful than just the masculine ways of expression.
There we go. Ways to be powerful. Is that what your talk is on, powerful, more than feminism?
Yeah, I think so. I believe that, my talk is about women actual, these words.
Can't even spell masculine ways.
You're like, I can't spell. I'm like, I can't speak. I do. I think it's about really defining women's power beyond being able to go toe to toe with men.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we've been saying. It's like, put your arms at the table on the board seat, lean in. Like it's all of these. And I'm like, oh, that's still very harsh on my system if you really think about it, at least for me and the women that I've worked with.
Yes. So if you were to explain this, how old are your kids?
Oh, they're 17.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I'm not that old. I have a stepchild. I haven't birthed children
I was
myself.
about to say, I'm like, I need all your beauty routine.
Just water.
Okay, so my daughter is 2, almost 3. If you were to explain this to her, where like being powerful as a woman is about, it's not about this, it's about this, how would you say that?
Yes. It's not, I don't know if I can say that. Run that by me just so I can run it in.
Being powerful as a woman isn't about this, it's about this.
Okay. The reason why that as a construct is hard is because I'm saying it's all of it. It's not either one.
Mhm.
So if I do put it in that
Or
construct,
isn't just about
there we go.
this. Yeah.
It's not just about just do it, Nike. You
Mhm.
can tell I worked in advertising,
Yeah.
right? I'm referencing all the ads. But it's not just about being strong,
Yeah.
being hard, being resilient, pushing through.
Mhm.
It's not just those having structure, being disciplined. Like those things are very important. And it's power as a woman, as a girl, is also expressing your real feelings,
Mhm.
staying in your body, honoring your emotions, trusting your intuition when there are not facts available sometimes.
I love that.
Mhm.
Okay, so with Ashley's talk, we're going to be talking about power in the lens of femininity for women's conferences. The old way of feminism is anti-men, suppress emotions, burn the bras. I love that. New way is we have a full range of womanhood. There are other ways to be powerful than masculine ways of expression, which I
Yes.
love. So now that we have this North Star, I want your talk to be helping the women in the audience achieve this new way. So a great talk helps someone go from A to B. Yeah. Are you liking this?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. So a great talk helps someone go from A to B. Old way, A, burn the bras. New way is we're a full range of women. So what would with your life coaching and business coaching? Oh, there we go.
Also, hold on, I have to add this in here. Martyrdom, not thinking about your own needs, what would make you feel good. Like even at the beginning of the talk or in my story, I'm saying how I knew I wanted to take a sabbatical. I knew I wanted to travel. I knew I wanted to write. And I was at a part in my business with a team that I could have done that. But I couldn't because I was like, no, I've worked so hard to get here.
Yeah.
This is what it means to be a CEO, as a successful businesswoman. You cannot go and try. You cannot, Ash. I wouldn't give in to my own desires. So I was a martyr to myself. There's like a disconnection from desire and trusting what comes into us as if it's wrong because I'm stuck in my logic.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great
Yeah.
point too.
Yeah.
So what would be the first thing that someone would need to know in order to go from A to B, in order to, yeah. And I know you have these 3 points that you mapped out as well.
So I would say, so I put 3 in the talk, but now just off of what I just said, honoring the desire is number 1.
Okay.
Like I had a desire to take that trip. I had a desire to be helped, even though it was very hard for me to admit that, right? So there's a desire. You have to acknowledge that. And then 2, it's to open up to the truth and be vulnerable in the truth.
Okay.
Seeing your vulnerability, honoring your vulnerability. Yeah. 3, what did I say in here? I would even say, I love how we're saying this because there's so many ways to say the same thing. I said intuition, like honoring your intuition over logic, or balancing the 2. So I love a good fact. I'm 10th house Scorpio, not Scorpio, Capricorn for anybody who's into the astrology. So I love, it needs to land. It needs to become real. Like I'm long-term thinking. All my business is that kind of idea. So love the logic, but also not to ignore that, ignore intuition over.
Yeah.
And then the other piece, this is my favorite, trust.
Okay.
Yeah. Practicing trust as a way of being, but also as a daily practice. Like you trust because you just trust life. It's always going to work out. It always works out for us. Everything in our life has shown us it works out.
Yeah.
But then we have to practice trusting every single day. And that gets us out of control. It gets us out of that like dominating stuff that we, and hard, like unhealthy competition that we experience in corporate, blah, 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 right? So, yeah.
So in order for someone to step into like a new wave of feminism, which is feeling the full range of womanhood, Ashley's saying first, honor the desire. Second, open up to the truth. Third, trust your intuition over logic or balance the 2.
Yeah.
And 4, use trust as a new way of being.
Yeah.
The only one that doesn't quite like aha to me is trust as a new way of being. How would you explain that to a kindergartner? Like, what does that mean in its literal form?
Embody. Let me just write those down so I don't lose those 2 points. How would I explain trust to a kindergartner?
Or trust as a way of being? That's what I don't really understand.
Trust as a way of being is, it's essentially present and accepting. You don't actually have to explain it to a kindergartner. When you think about kids, they just do.
They innately get it,
they
which could be
do.
a really good point in the talk. Yeah, yeah.
They innately get it. They let you know when they don't like something. They let you know when they did. So they're always congruent. And if you say, hey, we're going to go, my niece just did this. She's in first grade. I told her I was going to come see her in Chicago before the end of summer. And she went and put it on her calendar and was like, okay. And every time we got on the phone, she's like, can't wait to see you. And I hadn't booked the flight yet. I was doing all these other things. But she was like, yeah, you said you're coming. That's it. There is nothing else. It's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
It's almost like assume the good or something like that. I mean, I'm getting that more now. Yeah.
I love that. Assume the good. I would even say like adjacent to that as a skill that people actually practice is unconditional positive regard.
Oh, great.
Right?
Yeah.
That's adjacent. It's in the same neighborhood.
Unconditional. What am I doing? Positive. I think an opportunity for you when we go, like, as you go through this talk, is I feel like for you as a coach, there are some things that totally flow off the tongue. And for someone else, they might need a little bit more basic explanation. And so the way that you explain that, like as a kid, this is what you just know. Like, I got it. The light bulb went off.
Yeah.
And so those kinds of real world examples were really helpful in how an audience member can process it.
That's helpful.
And I really like when we were talking about some of the ways that you can open it, some of the questions that you have that you're asking the audience, like how many of you were taught to just be tough as a kid? And what you're doing there is you're getting like their buy-in before they even know it. So that's great. So you have a story that goes with all of this.
I do.
What I think I would love to practice the delivery of your story and hear it at the same time.
I love that. Let's do it. Okay.
This is
As
awesome.
we switch,
Yeah.
I just want to ask you this,
Yeah,
even
please.
though I know we're
Yeah.
off.
No.
Open up to the truth. Do you think it's truthful expression or vulnerable expression? Because that's what I did in that moment. I like opened up to speak from my heart. Like voice was cracking. Like heart was pacing. I don't know if open up with the truth totally. Like,
yeah.
You know?
To me, when I'm looking at both of them, vulnerable expression is more of a quicker understanding than open up to the truth.
I would switch it to this because you know why? I actually do teach women feminine communication.
Yeah.
Both in business for sales, but also in relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like that. I would make that switch.
Okay, cool.
I always do something called like the first pass test, and it's hard to do on your own, but it's good to do. Like I do this with people on my content too, where I'm like, does this pass the first pass the moment you read it or the moment you see it? Do you know exactly what it means? Because in an auditory format with speaking, people don't have the luxury of like, let me read that again. It's like they have to get it that first time.
Yeah.
And so I always lean into what's the simplest way that I can teach it. And I think that one's it.
That was very helpful.
Yeah.
Especially reworking this and you asking this question. I know this, but like.
And this is how I would market it on your like website and stuff is like a new way of feminism. That's people always want to know that there is like a new way of doing something that this is going to teach them. This can also be in the form of like myth busting too, like the old myths of feminism. It can be like 5 ways to like tutorial style, but I think for you, old way, new way is a good way.
I think that's a good,
like throwing out this and putting it.
Especially because I do position it oftentimes as like, we're not knocking modernity, obviously. We wouldn't have gotten here. And there's also these ancient ways of being in our womanhood that maybe we get to remember. So old new aligns with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Oh, no, wait, let me take a picture.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
That was really helpful.
I'm so glad. One of the things you said you wanted to work on was the vibes for your talk, which I love. Chief Vibe Officer over here. And energy, like your kind of fluctuation is a great way to achieve that. I'll give you a quick example. I was filming a course for LinkedIn Learning, and after we wrapped filming, they were like, we got everything done. Why don't you just do a couple of the modules again? But if you were on like a 7 on the energy scale, give us like a 13. Just go nuts. We've already done it. And I did. And when we watched it back, those were the takes that we went with. And I thought I was delivering like something really big and animated, but I wasn't. And so sometimes public speaking, like the distance between the speaker and the listener takes away some of that energy. So we have to experiment with it. So I want you to tell your story that you're going to give for your feminism talk. And I'm going to give you a number between 1 and 10. And I want you to match that number on the energy scale as you're telling your story.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I know. Okay, ready?
All right, let's go. Okay, I'm on a 3.
You're on a 3.
So I'm driving down the highway and I have no idea where I'm at. But as the rain is coming on my windshield wipers, I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Every woman has been here. We've had the moment of wondering, how do we get ourselves where we are and how are we going to get out?
Give me a 6.
In that moment, I knew the only thing I could do was pause, pray, and ask for direction.
4.
And in that moment, as I started to do those things, my phone rang. And when I answered the phone, on the other end was an ex-lover of mine.
2.
I didn't even want to answer the line. I knew that he felt me and he was calling to connect.
8.
It was so hard to tell him that I was in trouble, that I needed support.
5.
Being raised as a girl, the only girl, all brothers, in the 90s, when all of the Nike ads were saying, just do it, and we're rolling in the mud, I've been programmed to never, ever ask for help, be vulnerable, or be soft.
Boom.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. That's
How did
really
that
good.
feel?
Didn't matter what I was saying. I just wanted to feel the feeling. You're right.
And
oh my goodness.
I didn't know where you were going with the stories, but your like tone and vibe matched that energy level. And so now as you practice your stories, you can even give yourself a number. Like in this scene, in this part, I want to be an 8. And then I want to bring it back down to a 3. But one of the things like I see some speakers do is like they're at an 8 the whole time and it's just so great. We're having so much fun. And now I'm a 10. And any kind of energy that's consistent becomes white noise if it's consistent enough. And so to fluctuate throughout your story is going to be really powerful. I was on the edge of my seat.
I love this. I'm going to go through and tighten the whole thing up and I'm going to put my
put your numbers through it. Yeah. I love it. Okay, that was awesome.
That's a great activity.
Good.
10-10 recommend.
Let's do it. I love this look on you. This is so good. And this is definitely your color too. It looks great. So one of the things I love about this for speaking specifically is the firmness of the blazer. Even like the mic that we have clipped on here for this show, it's sturdy enough to hold that mic. So a lot of times when you speak, you're going to have a lapel mic that's going to have to clip somewhere. And if we're wearing like a flowy top, it can kind of drag down. So I love the sturdiness of the blazer for that. And then also when you're wearing any kind of belt or pant, it's great for the mic pack to be able to clip on the back. Sometimes with like when you're wearing a dress or something, you clip it like on your bra and it just sometimes you look like a hunchback. And so this is great. How does it feel when you move in it?
It feels good. I feel like smart, but still pretty. And like I can hold my presence. However, it's probably a little bit more constrained than I want to.
Constrained,
considering like the topic, right? I feel like I'm being put together to present as opposed to like opening to be myself and to share this powerful message.
Like you're almost stepping into like a role of what you think a speaker should wear versus what your message wants to portray.
Yes. Okay. I still love this. Like I would still wear this, but I do feel like it's more indicative of a previous version of myself before I was ready to give this talk.
Okay.
And now I would love to like open up a bit, a little bit more.
Well, let's see for your next look something that fits a little bit more into the topic of the femininity and stepping into your womanhood. Okay. Let's try that.
All right.
Okay, so talk to me about how you feel in this.
This makes me feel, this is hilarious, but I literally feel like an empress. Like I feel like a queen. I'm like, come on, let's step into this story.
Yeah.
You know, it's got presence. I feel super glamorous. I feel bright. I feel open. I feel elegant, but I'm here about business. Like we have things to talk about, ladies.
Yeah.
And that balance, that juxtaposition is my personality. Like that's
Mhm.
literally what the talk is about.
That's what the talk
whole,
is. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So
It's the whole philosophy here.
I'll be honest, like as a speaker, I don't really think about my style telling the story of the content. I think about the style telling the story of me, but this is a really interesting way to look at it. And if I love it with how it portrays to the message that you want to deliver. Do you feel yourself like with mics and being able to move? How does that feel with it?
100%.
Okay.
I would be like, let's go.
Yeah.
And here, it's almost like I can glide across stage, but also ground myself and really connect.
Yeah.
I love feeling both of those energies in this outfit.
How would you feel if you wore something like this, incorporating why you wore it into your talk? Is that something you would say?
I don't know if I would say it. I almost wonder if people would pick up on it just as part of the experience.
I could see like in the third or fourth lesson saying something that's like, we can be both, which is why I chose to wear like this dress with this blazer.
Yes.
And people kind of having a light bulb, because this is not a traditional speaker outfit.
Right.
And so when you come out, people might be like, like love it, but And so if you kind of fused that bridge for them, that would be helpful.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
That makes me excited. I love that you just articulated it that way, because that's exactly like my heart is singing.
Yeah.
I want people to be like, oh, it makes so much sense. And then, that makes me so happy.
Then I feel like this is the winner for you.
I'm so surprised.
Okay.
I was not expecting this at all.
I feel like we're on Say Yes to the Dress. Like, we did it! I love it.
Done and done.
Perfect.
Now Ashley has her message, her delivery, and her stage look, and she is ready to nail it. If you want help landing stages, go to micdropworkshop.com.